Do you want to learn how to save 1v1 shots like Alisson Becker? In this video, we will go through the small details of what makes Alisson so effective at saving in 1v1 scenarios. Throughout this video, you will see how Alisson waits for the attacker to make the first move before committing himself to the save. This is one of the key details that makes him one of the best 1v1 shot stoppers in world football. Alisson can see that the defender is closing down space and putting pressure on the attacking player. As the defender gets close and the attacker prepares for their shot, Alisson is quick to close down the space and spread himself wide in an attempt to make the scoring opportunity as hard as possible. We can see that just as the attacker takes the shot, Alisson steadies himself and uses his arms and legs to block the shot. Alisson is quick off his line to close the distance between himself and the ball. As the attacker approaches the goal, Alisson makes the angle as tight as possible, making it hard for the attacker to finish with a first-time shot. Alisson pushes the player further wide with his positioning in the box, always making the angle as tight as possible to score. He ends up making himself big and smothering the shot on goal. Alisson recognizes the heavy touch from the attacker and closes the space down quickly. With his smart positioning in the box, he once again creates a tight angle, giving the attacker a hard finish. Due to Alisson's quick closing down, the attacker must take a quick shot while stretching, which allows Alisson to make a block as seen in previous clips. Alisson once again recognizes the through ball to the attacker will put him in a dangerous scoring opportunity. He quickly comes off his line to close the space down and force the attacker to try a tricky one-touch finish. He stands up tall until the attacker connects with the ball, which prevents him from getting chipped. After the initial shot, he is first to react and get contact on the ball, preventing an easy shooting opportunity for the attacking team. In this clip, Alisson does not close the ball down to prevent himself from getting chipped. Instead, he waits for the attacker's first touch to position himself in the goal. Once the attacker has taken his first touch, Alisson then closes the space down to prevent an easy finish. He recognizes the pass to the attacker's teammate and adjusts his body weight to the side, allowing him to get a touch on the ball before the attacker. Alisson recognizes that the attacker will be the first player to the ball. With his positioning, he attempts to force the player wide, which allows him to close down the space to the near post and block most of the goal. We can see that the attacking player only has a small area to aim for at the near post, which Alisson covers using his arms and legs to spread himself wide. He waits for the attacker to start to take the shot before committing to the save, which stops the attacker going round him. Alisson reacts quickly to the heavy touch from the attacker, and we can see that he is already off his line and closing down the space. As the attacker has a defender close to him, Alisson knows his next touch is likely to be a shot, and by his open body position, it will be a right-footed shot into the bottom right corner. Alisson sees this and positions his feet closer to the near post and changes his body weight to be able to block the ball with his body and arms, resulting in a save. In this clip, we can see that Alisson does not rush out to meet the attacker as he wants to be in a set position in case of a first-time shot. However, the attacker takes a touch, which is a signal for Alisson to close the space down and create a tight angle for the attacker's shot. As he moves to make the save, he uses his front leg and hand to block the space at the near post and his trailing leg and hand to block the far post. Due to his speed out of the goal, he makes the attacker rush into a shot while they may not be fully set, resulting in a harder finish. Alisson can see the attacker is being closed down, so he does not engage straight away. Instead, he repositions himself in the box to cover the near post. As we can see, there is only a small space to aim for at the near post, so the attacker is likely to shoot across the goal. Alisson continues to close the space at the near post, forcing the shot across the goal. He takes a quick step towards the near post to change his body weight and generate more power in his step to prepare for the dive. As the near post is covered, Alisson is prepared to dive across towards the far post. Alisson takes a few steps back towards the goal to prevent himself from getting chipped. He acknowledges the heavy touch from the attacker and starts to close the space down to put the attacker under pressure. Alisson sets himself with a wide stance and sees the player's body position opening towards the near post. As he sees the player connect with the ball, he spreads his legs and arms wide to cover the near post. Alisson can see the attacking player will be first to the ball, so he comes out quickly to close the space down and put the attacker under pressure. As there is a defender close, he can see that the attacker will try a first-time shot and spreads himself wide. He keeps a tall position to stop himself from being chipped and uses his arms to block the shot. As there are covering defenders, Alisson decides to move across the goal to cover the near post and force a shot across the goal. Again, Alisson recognizes the first-time shot and stays on his feet until the attacker commits to the shot, at which point he can spread his arms and legs to cover the goal. Alisson closes the space between himself and the attacker and makes him commit to a quick shot. He spreads himself while keeping one foot on the floor for mobility. Alisson can see the quick free kick taking place and moves across his goal to cover the near post. He approaches the ball quickly and spreads himself while staying on his feet to prevent the cross into the box. We hope you enjoyed this video of how to save 1 versus 1 shots like Alisson Becker. Hopefully, you learned something that you can try in your next football match and become a great 1 versus 1 shot stopper. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more analysis videos.